Hi guys, Hunter Foist here. So when I was asked to create a digital story about my literacy narrative, I didn't really know where to start. I've been reading, writing, watching TV, and playing video games my entire life. How do I condense all that learning into one short video? So I went back to where it all began. I conducted interviews and went through my childhood memory box to see how I learned to read and write as a child. This is the result. While I don't remember a lot about learning to read and write, I do remember that one of my favorite books from early childhood was The Very Hungry Caterpillar. It captivated me with its drawings and its simple narrative. The caterpillar worked its way through food that I wanted to taste and feel. It was the first instance where my investment in literature went beyond simply the words on the page. From there, I moved on to books like The Magic Tree House and Junie B. Jones. These books had characters I could connect with. I felt like they were real. I felt like they were friends. And then, of course, came Harry Potter. The magic that captivated a generation.
Turn to page 394.
Harry Potter inspired me to read more, to find fantasy and magic in everything I do. I learned about love and loss and triumph. Without Harry Potter, I'm not sure I would be on my journey to becoming a teacher. There are too many people to name that have influenced my decision to become a teacher. But I figured I'd go back to my elementary and middle school to talk to some of the people that influenced me the most.
Hi, I'm Hunter's mom, and I am supposed to talk to you about early memories of Hunter reading and writing. Well, let me see. The earliest memories that I have of Hunter are when he was about 1.5. He would stand in front of the TV and watch Wheel of Fortune, and he would point at the letters and clap every time somebody got something correct. When he was about 3, his favorite book to be read to was The Foot Book. I would sit and read it over and over and over again. But he loved it, so that was good. As he progressed into his early elementary years, he always had a book with him. And he would read nonstop. If he was bored, he didn't want to play a video game or something, he wanted to read a book. Probably when he was in 5th grade, he started really getting interested in the Harry Potter books, so he read those and wanted all those. Alex Rider was another favorite of his. All right.
He was a really good reader, really good writer, great student, worked really, really hard. I always remember his speeches that he had to write, forgot to write, for my class were really, really good. His writing always flowed, ideas were really, really good. I didn't even really have to help him a whole lot. In terms of his reading, same thing, it's comprehension. If we would give an assignment, I remember reading like The Pearl and books like that were not very fun. But he always did it and participated and always understood what he was reading, which was really, really nice because I could always count on him to answer questions and things like that. So, yeah, always was a great student.
I owe much of that success to my early experiences reading and writing. Here are just a few of the things I found in my memory box.
Hi, I'm Tiffany Nordman, and I teach middle school language arts at St. Bartholomew School. My favorite book to teach to middle school students has to be The Outsiders. I've been teaching it here since I started here in 2002, and for whatever reason, it is a book for boys. And whether it's the language or how it's written, it makes sense to boys. And I feel that at a time like this, it's important in middle school to either latch boys on to reading or to resign yourself to letting them go. And I feel like this is the time I want to latch them on to reading.
Reading The Outsiders with Mrs. Nordman pushed me beyond fantasy and allowed me to really see a genre of literature that I hadn't considered before. Never before had fiction felt so real. The emotion in The Outsiders allowed me to see that fiction can go beyond magic and spells. It's about real life, it's about telling stories. As a future teacher, I hope to bring in books like The Outsiders to show students that books can be realistic and interesting at the same time.
The more I could relate to real life situations, the more I could make writing and reading relate to real life, the better the kids will do.
And that's my story. Hope you enjoyed it, and it's definitely not over yet, but we'll see where it takes me.